Hey guys, welcome back to another Premier League fantasy video. Going into game week 5. Thank God international break is over. I'm not going to dilly-dally around. Let's get into it. I'll get up my team. Here we are. So this is my team currently. I've made one transfer, had the free transfer. Now, the question is, should people bring in Ferguson? He's picked up an injury apparently, so he didn't play for Republic of Ireland. Now, whether that's actually down to him being injured or not wanting to qualify for Ireland, I think he only had to play 3 more games. He wouldn't be able to transfer to England for national reasons. I think he will play. It's against United, which is another big thing. I've got 3 Brighton players, as you can see. I swapped Ferguson for João Pedro, and I've still got 2.1 million in the bank. This is my thought process going into this weekend. United have been shocking defensively. Yes, it's United at home. Well, they're versing United at home. And I've got 3 Brighton players. I think Ferguson's bound to get a goal or assist. My concern is I don't think that Brighton are going to keep a clean sheet against United. I think United are at least going to get one, and that's why I put Eustupian. I always stuff up his name, but that's why I put him on the bench. And if Ferguson doesn't play, Eustupian will get the subbed on and get the points for me. I just don't. The player that I was tossing up going for is Julian Alvarez. I'll just get up Haaland because he's got the same thing. But Julian Alvarez, West Ham, obviously got a good fixture. West Ham, Nottingham, Wolves. And I think he's 0.7 mil more, which was the determining factor because I do want to get Son in the next couple of weeks. And if I get Alvarez now, I can't get Son later on. And I don't really want to run with 2 attacking City players. Of course, they're great attacking, but long term, I don't see that working out. Obviously, I've got the Haaland. It's not a Haaland jersey; it's a John Arisa one. But I think running with 2 City attackers for me personally, I don't even have a defender. I need to get a City defender. Might be my next move, but he was the most transferred player in. Oh, I think him and Son. So we've already talked about Son, but yeah, Alvarez, second most transferred player in, of obviously having a good week. But I don't know how I'd feel having 2 City attackers at once. Obviously, one of them could get benched easily against Nottingham because it would be a gimme game. But yeah, it's up to you. I've gone for Evan because he's cheaper, and it allows me to get Son later on. And I know Alvarez is that's the main reason behind it. Like Alvarez is 0.7 more than Ferguson. That's where I'm sitting. And you obviously see James Maddison. In hindsight, I would have gone with Maddison over Sterling, but I've got Sterling now, and I'm not going to transfer Sterling out straight away, especially when they've got the fixture that they've got. They've got Bournemouth this week, and see it keeps changing back, but I'll submit that later. But like you look at their fixture, Bournemouth, they're gonna score. Aston Villa, not great defensively, they're gonna score, especially with their centre halves always getting injured. Up until Arsenal, they're gonna score goals. It's just they should score goals. They've had the most attempts in the league so far. But yeah, that's where I'm going with this. So I'm starting Sterling. Now the one worry is, will Gusto play? Reece James has had 3 weeks, I think, since his hamstring injury. Whether they'll bring him in against Bournemouth, I think maybe Gusto will start, and then 60 minutes in, he might get subbed off, and they'll bring on Reece James just to get some fitness into Reece James. I think it would be nearly ridiculous to start Reece James straight away. If he wasn't fit prior, I don't think he's going to be fit now. But yeah, then obviously Matty Cash attacking. I'm going to keep him in there. But yeah, so that's what my team currently looks like. Now, yeah, I know there's a lot of people saying get Maddison, and like we'll have a look at some of the other. See, João Pedro most transferred out. Lucas Jackson, also the most transferred out. Interesting. I think he's going to score. I feel like that move will come back to bite a lot of people. Tottenham defenders are in height. I'm surprised. I've got a Tottenham keeper, and he's done well, but Tottenham are going to concede goals. They play attacking, exciting football. They're not going to get clean sheets. I get getting the wing defenders in Udogie and that, but I feel like Romero, like unless he gets a header goal again or something, I don't think they're going to get many more clean sheets. Or they will get a couple in the next few weeks. But actually, who they got? Yeah, they got one. They'll probably get a clean sheet this weekend, but the next two, they're not going to get clean sheets. But then after that, it's a good run again. That's when you might want to pick up Madison, or that's when, for me, that's when I'm picking up Son. But it's very interesting that Romero is one of the most transferred in players when they verse Liverpool and Arsenal in 2 weeks. Yeah, I'd not be doing that. I got on the cash train early. Darwin, I'm a Liverpool fan. I hope he does great. I think he should be starting nearly every game. He just brings a different dynamic to the attack. But yeah, and like everyone's overreacting to a lot of players, bringing them in straight away when you don't necessarily need to bring them in. One player I do want to talk about, possibly going to Liverpool in the near future, is Matoma. Now, obviously, we're just linked with him, but now he's had a good start to the season. He's only had one game against West Ham where he didn't really do much. But I think after Aston Villa, I will be getting rid of Matoma. I don't want to have 3 Brighton players because I'll probably keep Eustupian, maybe even Ferguson, depending on how he's going up till that point. But against Man City, I don't think I'll keep all 3 Brighton players in. Having Ferguson after Man City would probably be beneficial. So he'll probably be the one that I hold on to just because of that. Or Estupian. I think Matoma will be the first one that leaves. For me. But yeah. And obviously we got Mbeumo. Newcastle haven't looked the same as they did last year. So I think it'll be interesting to see how he goes against them. I think he will get a return in that game, and he should get returns the next. Well, realistically, United are playing shocking, so he could probably get a return in the next 3 games. I wouldn't be looking at transferring him out until maybe that Chelsea game, depending on if West Ham keep up their decent streak of games. If West Ham are playing good, then that's maybe when Chelsea game is probably when I look at it, because they got 4 decent fixtures, if you want to consider Chelsea decent, that I would take him out of. But yeah, I'd be looking around that area for him. And look, I'll probably, like I said, probably around 8 or 9 is where I've noticed that I'm going to make a few changes, which is probably when I'll use my free hit. I got prompted with it before. But let's talk about Arsenal players. I think you need to have Arsenal players in the next 3 weeks, at least one. Like now, a lot of people have 2 or 3. I've got Saka. I'd probably go another attacker. You can get a defender if you want. I don't think they're going to concede to Everton, and I don't think they're going to concede to Bournemouth. They will concede to Tottenham, but there is goals to be had in these next 3 games. Obviously, Tottenham's defense is relatively good, but they play so attacking that they're just going to. I'm sure they're going to let a couple of goals through at least. But yeah, and then obviously it gets a bit difficult. But I think it's important to have nearly 2 Arsenal attackers or midfielders in your team for the next few weeks. And obviously I've Salah and Haaland are the ones that I'm not changing. We've got a good fixture the next 3 weeks, and then we've got Brighton, and then look at that, another 3 weeks. I think this is where it's going to become really beneficial when I get Son, Salah, and Haaland all in the same team. Like I think that's going to be game changing. And ranking wise, like if I have them 3 and Saka, realistically, because I don't have to get rid of Saka to get that. I just need to get rid of Sterling. And that's if he doesn't go down in price, which hopefully he doesn't. But I get rid of Sterling. get rid of Gusto, and then I can run a 3 back with Son and Ferguson up top. Like, and then there's obviously changes that we can make close to the day, but this is I'll make the change now, but this is the team I'm going into game week 5 with: Sheffield United for Vicario, and for Tottenham. The defense, I don't think are going to concede. I think they should get a clean sheet. They might concede Aston Villa, but I think Cash is good enough, obviously, playing that right mid role to push forward and get an attacking return. And then, yeah, I believe in Ferguson to get points. I think he will get points against United, at least an assist or something, with how bad United are. But I think that is probably the best way I can set up my team for this week. Let us know what your thoughts are, and we'll see you next week. Bye.